am Sylvia Klinger, raised your dietitian. Hola amigos, ¿cómo están? Hi my friends. I have a great recipe. It's very quick and it's using one of my favorites root vegetables that are in season right now, and this is a recipe you could do for the holidays. This is a sweet potato with sweet meets savory. Making sweet potatoes with that are sweet and adding a little bit of savory to it. So I'm gonna show you some of these ingredients. The first ingredient is it's peel 2 medium sweet potatoes and cut them in cube or wedges. I bought them already. They're already in the store, already cube and peel and cube. So this is great. So it goes about 2 medium sweet potatoes. I think that one of these might be about 1.5. So I'm just gonna put a little bit more of the other one too, okay? I'm just gonna put a little bit more to make sure we have about 1.5, okay? So that's about 1.5 of the sweet potatoes. And we're gonna mix that with 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil. And we're using vegetable oil because it's an oil that does not burn at high temperatures. And we're gonna roast them at 425. I already got my oven warmed up. So we have 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil, and another great ingredient that we're gonna use is an umami seasoning, okay? So this umami seasoning is MSG, which I know a lot of people are concerned about it, but people, tranquilos, easy. MSG is glutamate, which you find in cheese. You find it in mushrooms, you find it in tomatoes, in soy sauce, and many other ingredients. So MSG is just the glutamate from those vegetables extracted and a little bit of salt. That's it. And it was designed especially by a researcher who wanted people to eat more vegetables. So he combined the glutamate with the sodium. So it does have some salt, so you have to be concerned about that, okay? But you eventually use less sodium if you use this umami seasoning. Okay, so it's half a teaspoon. It's on the, and this is a tiny little, I need to get a bigger one, a tiny little one. So we're gonna use a half a teaspoon, okay? So we have a half a teaspoon here, and we are going to mix it up with the sweet potatoes. And did you know that 1 medium sweet potato has all the vitamin A you need for the whole entire day? 100% of the vitamin A. I mean, how wonderful is that, isn't it? And sweet potatoes also not only has 100% of the vitamin A you need, but they also have fiber, potassium, and many other nutrients. So it's a wonderful, great root vegetable to have. And now they're in season, so go and get them, okay? Because they are wonderful. And one little fact, sweet potatoes, it's one word. That's the correct way to spell them. So we are trying really hard to make sure that it's changed, so people understand that sweet potatoes are spelled one word, okay? So I'm really excited to try this recipe because, like I said, we always think of sweet potatoes as sweet, but this is where sweet meets savory. And I know it's gonna be wonderful. So we're gonna roast them now for 20 to 30 minutes or until they're tender. And it's so nice that I could find them in my regular grocery store already peeled and cubed. So that cut is that. But again, if it's easy to cut them too, okay? So no big deal. It's just that I found them and I got really excited when I found them that were already peeled and cubed. So here we have it. We're gonna put it in the oven for 25 to 30 minutes or until they're soft and tender. And then we are going to then make a glaze now and mix it up. So I'm gonna put them in the oven. Have the sweet potatoes roasting in the oven at 425 degrees. We are gonna make a glaze. It's super simple. Again, we have 4 ingredients for the glaze. We're gonna melt. So at 1 tablespoon of butter. All right, so we're gonna make, I'm usually turning in my little stove here. And I always like to start everything at medium heat so we don't, we have better control of the heat. I don't like things burn, and that's not healthy either. So I like to start with medium, and if I need to bring it up a little more, then we can do that. So we're gonna melt the butter, and then we are going to do, add 1 tablespoon of miso. And miso is simply a soy paste. And it is, you can find it like that in the grocery store. And it's basically a soybean paste. And it adds a lot of great flavor, especially like that umami flavor. So this is enhancing the umami flavor too, because we're not only gonna use the miso paste, 1 tablespoon, but we also have soy sauce that also has a little bit of umami as well. And this is gonna be 1 teaspoon of soy sauce. So we have the butter, okay? We have the 1 teaspoon of soy sauce, and we have the 1 tablespoon of miso that we're gonna make that glaze. And the next is 1 teaspoon of maple syrup or honey. Okay, so again, we're gonna do that sweet with the savory. And we are going to mix this, okay? And when this is all blended and nicely all like a nice little, like a gravy, okay? And I'm gonna show you, this is going really fast. It melts fast. We're gonna then take it off the stove, turn it off, and then we are gonna mix this with the sweet potatoes, okay? We're gonna mix that with the sweet potatoes. All right, so we're making a little paste here, and just gonna put it at medium still. I'm gonna get a hot pan here so that when the paste is over, then I'm gonna take it away from the stove, okay? So again, we're getting really close here to melting the butter and making like a little gravy here. And it's gonna be really pretty too. It's nice and light brown, coming all together. Okay, so it doesn't take very long. As you can see, the biggest is making the sweet potatoes in the stove. And I think you could do that the night before. You could do that the night before and then make the glaze, heat them up, heat the potato, warm them up in the oven, and then mix them up with the glaze. So here the glaze is pretty much all, it's just gonna be a little bit of glaze, so it's not, so here we have the glaze, okay? So it's just gonna be a little bit of glaze over the sweet potatoes, because the sweet potatoes already have a great flavor, okay? So this is just gonna do a little bit of the flavor of the sweet potatoes, give it a little bit of savory. So as you can see here, it's a nice little gravy, kind of brown gravy that has lots of great flavor. All right, so I'm gonna turn it off, and then I'm going to put that into let it rest until the potatoes are ready, and then we're gonna mix them up. Our sweet potatoes are done. Just took 30 minutes, and here they are, nice and lightly brown, which is exactly what we wanted. And I have a little pick to check their doneness. Here's my little pick. I bought it, in a flea market. And these will show me that they are nice and tender. Oh, perfect, perfect. All right, so now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna transfer these while they're still hot into the bowl. Okay, I'm gonna transfer them into the bowl. And sometimes, if I get lucky, I could do this and just toss them in like that with my parchment paper. Ooh, there we go. All right. And then here's a couple more we're gonna do in there. Since I'm the one who has to clean everything, I like to use parchment paper. So here is our sauce too. I warmed it up a little bit, and with the, with the spatula, I love to get every little thing out. But it's nice while it's hot to mix the sauce so that it blends better with the sweet potatoes, okay? So I'm just going to with the spatula, get all the sauce from the pan. Okay. Again, this is just for sweet potatoes, for two sweet potatoes. If you want to do more sweet potatoes, then double the recipe for the sauce, okay? So, because this is probably enough for like 2 people. I eat a complete sweet potato very easy, so I'm grabbing everything. So if you do a little bit more of 2 sweet potatoes, you know, you might want to double the recipe for the sauce. So this is a little hot here, so I'm just gonna then move this actually. Hold on. Move it here behind, because I love to move around with my hands. So we are going to then mix them up real quick. Okay. Oh, it already smells delicious. Oh my goodness. Already smells really, really good. And what I grate, it's like a little casserole too. And this is, I have a platter here. And I'm just gonna toss them in here. I mean, they smell like a sweet potato casserole, but it's got a little bit of the savory, all right? So, and this recipe calls to have a little bit of sesame seeds and red pepper flakes on top. So I'm just gonna sprinkle a little sesame seed. Okay, some sesame seeds, so pretty. And then just a teeny bit of red pepper flakes. I don't want it to be too spicy, okay? I like the sesame seeds. But if somebody wants more spicy, then they could definitely use more red pepper flakes. So here is our beautiful sweet potatoes. Sweet meets savory. I love it. Full of umami flavor and full of great nutrients like vitamin A, fiber, potassium, and many more nutrients.